Good day, Interstellar Inspectors. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic to the Sith Lords. Episode 57 of the Sith Lords. Thanks for tuning in. Last time out, Captain Sulio was murdered. Have to go for a little dramatic sting there, right? Captain Sulio of the Onderonian military was murdered. And they've picked up our boy, well, Mandalore's boy, Dhagon Ghent, Dr. Dhagon Ghent. And we had to spring him. And we got to talk to 4 patrons at the bar who were there that night that could help us clear Dr. Ghent's name. We've already talked to Nico, who seemed to think that Dr. Ghent was quite fond of Captain Sulio. But we have to talk to Bahima and Panar and Kif. And that's who we're going to start with. We're going to start with Bahima, and we're going to try and figure out and bust out Dhagon Ghent there. So, yeah, let's go. I am Bahima, first-class bartender of this magnificent cantina. How may I help you, sentient? Somebody else is called a sentient, haven't they? I want to talk to you about, I'm not gonna lead with that. I don't trust him yet. You've got several rough characters in here. Let's start with Captain Sulio let's start with the rough characters. Let's ease in. Some of my patrons I would never call friends, but as long as they pay and don't start trouble here, they are welcome. Besides, they can make persuasive points. They seem a little more than thugs. They are little more than thugs. But what can I do? The soldiers are too busy with many troubles, so this part of the merchant quarter gets more wild by the day. Anything I can do to help? Please don't do anything that would make my life especially difficult. We have an arrangement that is delicate, and I am happy enough as it stands. Well, okay, so what do you know about ISIS? Always trust a bartender, right? The ancient city around you has been the only center of civilization on Onderon. They withstood many beasts and hardships. They are quite wary of aliens and offholders, though, especially now. Has it changed recently? How has it changed recently, sorry? I've been here for many years. This canteen is one of the first built by offworlders. Offworlders have brought them many wars, and many wish to return to simpler times. Okay. Doesn't tell me much of its nice little background. So what can you tell me about Captain Sulio's murder, then? This incident has brought me much distress, and unhappy things this is, and bad for the flow of commerce. What is your interest in this, sentient? An acquaintance of mine, Dhagon Ghent, is being questioned by the military about this. I'd like to get him free. As would I. I prize my loyal customers, and he is most regular. Let me structure my memories and recall the night and ask your questions. Alright, do you know Dhagon Ghent? I know him very well. Many sentients look towards bartender for advice. On my world, they are also sometimes sought for spiritual advice. This is a trust I try to honor. Okay. I know your bartender is a very close friend, but that was not what I was expecting as an answer. Okay, so any reason why Dhagon Ghent would kill Sulio? Absolutely not. He is many things, but not a man of unreasonable violence. He's dangerously careless, but he would not harm Captain Sulio. Interesting. Okay. Anything new there? No. Nah, nothing new. Alright. Let us go for now, Bahima. So that's our second person. There are many people. It's a general consensus is he is not prone to violence. And yet, Onderonian military seem to think he is. Now, you had a name, right? Zart. Zart.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right?
I'm not sure how I should answer this. You look familiar too. I don't remember you. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure, you look familiar too.
I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle.
How many battles did we win? That's ancient history. I remember Daggery Minor. Can we talk about something else? That's ancient history.
Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic?
Not directly anymore, but I try to lend a hand when I'm able. Jedi don't really serve the Republic. Well, for myself now, the Republic is of no concern for me. Well, let's try this one. That is fair point.
A pity. The Republic needs every capable person they can get. If you'll excuse me.
Okay, I guess he's not interested in chatting with us. Patron, you had a name. Sakari.
There's got to be something you need. Something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me 1 open starport visa.
I'm guessing, Sakari here, the fella right near the starport checkpoint, that's the words I'm looking for, he was looking for an open starport visa, but he also warned us about somebody even more unscrupulous that we could deal with, and I believe that she is who we are looking for. Now, a lightsaber crystal, what does it do? Yes, we know, but why is it so rare? Something you'd never find elsewhere. So what does it do?
Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quixoni crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable.
Quixoni crystals were warmed by a dying sun millennia ago. Only a handful were obtained before the sun went nova. Their power is rumored to be great.
I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. 1 open starport visa. No visa, no crystal.
Well, thanks, Visas. You've just ruined my... Well, I mean, I'd probably prefer the crystal to the cash anyway, but still, thanks, Visas. You've ruined my bargaining position. No, I find that interesting. Also, they couldn't come up with a pronunciation because we just heard 2 different ones, very different ones back to back. Quixoni, I believe, was what Visas said, and Quixoni, Quixoni was what, whatever the bloody hell her name was, said, so. Let's see, do you need how do I know you're going to live up to your end of the bargain?
Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi.
For someone that's supposed to be a terrible person, you sound quite honorable, but then again, you probably wouldn't have gotten this far in the business if you double-cross everyone you came across, so it's probably fair. Alright, how do you know I'm a Jedi?
It's a small universe. I don't really care about the trouble that's behind you or ahead of you. We have exactly one thing we can talk about. Starport visas.
That had nothing to do with what I just said, but hey, whatever. So I'm guessing we're going to get nothing about Captain Sulio's murder.
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dhagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on.
Entertaining questions, such as... what were they questioning you about?
Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. So... we saw our friend Kip over here. Let's have a chat with our friend... Oh, waitress, you had name. It's quite unusual.
What do you want?
Not that her name's waitress, but that she's identified as that, and she gets voice lines as well.
Not really, I just started here. I have to get back to work.
That's not slightly suspicious now, is it? Oh, Kip, what can you tell me, son? You're an awful right. My name is Kip. Nice to see a friendly face. Isis has been a hostile place for our kind lately. Okay, so... what do you know of the city? Perilous times they are facing. I've lived here for several years. I may be leaving soon. Do not worry, I don't need a starport visa. There are enough people begging for those. Well, that's good. I mean that you don't need a starport visa. What do you think of the General and the Queen? I think General Vaklu's too short-sighted. Many wars have come to Isis since they joined the Republic, but so has a great deal of growth and revenue. Ah, but... war, and... oh, well, we'll talk about that later. But the whole universe is interconnected. Once you taste the marvels it can bring, how can you wall yourself off? But they are a curious people. Ah, yes, but wartime economies, production, and such, manufacturing, does boost an economy. Without the wars, how much good would be Onderon's economy if they weren't constantly building for wars? Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? I had the misfortune of being here that night. It's very inconvenient. Soldiers were asking me some very pointed questions, which is a no-no in my line of business. Your line of business? I can tell you I'm no fan of authority either. Let me share. Most call me a slicer, but I think that sounds too crass. I prefer to think of myself as an expert computer security analyst. I'm the only one in the city who's talented enough to make open starport visas from personal visa. I was in the middle of a transaction that night. What do you want to know? I know. Okay. Don't let this guy get away. Because that starport visa from the bounty hunter probably isn't open. But we could probably get him to slice it that way. I think. Do you know Dhagon Ghent? I recognize him, but that's about it. He doesn't have the qualities I look for in friendship. Any reason why he would kill Sulio? Normally I try to leave the cantina before the more serious drinkers arrive. That night I was very near Dhagon and Sulio. Dhagon was attempting what I assume was a mating advance. I may not be human, but even I could tell his advances were particularly unwanted. Sulio then started swearing at him. Many of the words I've never heard, but the ones I did understand, I assure you, were most impolite. Humiliation on that scale is real motive for a passionate and deadly response. I told the soldiers as much. The first person that has a motive. So, how do you know Dhagon? I recognize him, yeah, okay, great. Let's go now. For the moment. Oh, we've got a... it sounds like Dhagon made a pass at her. He was rejected violently. She cursed at him, publicly humiliated him. Perhaps someone in the cantina knows them a little better, could shed some light on this development. Yes, indeed. Alright. Sorry, I just wanted to go back to this. It's a key to the Twi'lek bounty hunter. Alright, so... it is not an open one. So what I'm thinking... the offer of the returns! Hi, Kif. How are you doing, son? Friend of a friend told me you're the guy that should talk to about adjusting starport visas. Yes, indeed. So you have a personalized visa that you would need to be made open. An open one. It's a tricky process, but after many failures, I've mastered it. It will cost you 500 credits. How will I know the visa will work? If I sold defective visas, my livelihood and possibly my life would be in jeopardy. Any open starport visa I will make sustain scrutiny. Eels? I mean, if your options are 5,000 credits or a Lightsaber Crystal, you've got to figure they've got to be relatively close in value as far as the game is concerned. So it's really, it's profit. It's profit. 500, yeah, let's go. Let me have the visa. This will take a little while. Oh, is something going to happen in the interim? It is done. Here's your starport visa. Quite a pleasure doing business with you. If this works, Kif, it will be, item lost and then lost 500 credits. But we got a slice open starport visa. Sliced open starport visa. Oh, and ours is still here. Well, I mean, yeah, so, our friend, I've already forgotten her name. Sakari. Hopefully, will be able to help us.
Do you have a visa yet? I'm still paying very well for it. Some unique items you won't get anywhere else, including a lightsaber crystal.
I have an open visa, right? I don't even care what she needs the visa for. But should I ask anyway? Sure.
Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it.
Well, I am not a decent citizen, but hey, thanks for the compliment. Let's see. You mentioned something about the lightsaber crystal?
Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of the
Kashoni crystals.
Yes. Alright, I have the open visa here.
I had faith you'd get hold of one. I've always been good at spotting talent. I've got big plans for it.
And let's see. There are other people that really need this now. So what are you going to use it for? Asked, didn't work. So, let's trade.
So what do you want for it? A weapon, money, or the lightsaber crystal? Your pick.
Oh, we get to choose. We get to choose. If this is the only way we're going to get the lightsaber crystal, we don't know what the weapon is. I feel as though there's probably an optimal choice to make here. I don't really give a shit what the optimal choice is. All I know is cash probably isn't the optimal choice. So it's either the weapon or the lightsaber crystal. The lightsaber crystal intrigues me the most of the options. So that's why I'm going to go with the lightsaber crystal. I mean, I could be making the wrong choice, and somebody in the comments will probably already have that typed out. And some of the comments probably typed in the last videos that... No, I don't think I talked to her in the last video, did I? No. I'm doing them back to back. It's all rolled. It's one recording session for me. So it's all just blended together in my head. So, I'm assuming this is the most intriguing option of the bunch.
Here you go. If you aren't satisfied with it, just let me know.
Oh, because I didn't give it to the poor people that were trying to escape. Right. So I was thinking, what's so evil about this? Selling it to some criminal. People do that shit all the time. But oh, yes, that's right. Alright, so let's take a gander at... No, miscellaneous? Ah, yes. Kajoni. Very red. Can only be used by Dark Jedi. Plus 5 damage and plus 1 regenerate force points. Interesting. Now, Dark Jedi, do I count? Or would it have to be Visas? Or would it have to be the Handmaiden? That actually would probably work good on the Handmaiden saber. Which we have to give her still, but... No, okay. So, that went quite well, I think. So, let's Thug, and Panar.
How may I serve?
I'm just taking a look at the armor. And it's similar-ish to Mandalore's. It almost seems Mandalorian, just without the helmet. But yeah, without the helmet, it's hard to tell the complete look. Interesting. Our waitress friend is light side aligned. I forgot I can use this. There's a lot of neutral people, but the waitress is not one of them. Non-neutral people, but not all of them. I don't know if that's something I can read into. But I get the feeling the waitress, far too important. There just seems to be something about her. Just seems to be something about her that's piquing my interest. Alright, you, Panar.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
You're a swoop racer, aren't you?
I suggest you leave the room, off-worlder. I've got all the fans I need right here. So go space yourself.
Yeah, well, I can tell they're your fans. They're wearing the same outfit as you, so they're either your race team or they're stalkers.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
Stands? Is that the term the term I'm looking for? Stalker / fan stands? Portmanteau? Or is it just crazy fans, i.e., Stan from the Eminem song? Anyway, I'd like to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Guess he's not a Mandalorian then. Alright. Do you know Dhagon Ghent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
Yeah, thank you. Who's Bekel?
She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Didn't really help me much. Alright, yeah, Oh, smuggler named Zachary, others might suffer. Who gives a shit if others might suffer? You. What do you know?
No, what did you order? I'll just guess.
May you jump the gun talker. Nico, my friend.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak.
Talk with you about the murder again?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Someone was saying that Sulio deeply humiliated Dagon the night she was murdered. That's a very good motive.
She did? Oh no, by the 4 moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sulio was in great form. Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit, their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
So, okay, so, good. We did find something important there. And I do agree with Mandalore. Having the testimony of, like, one person who was the best acquainted with them in the bar, say the bartender, having him as a character witness is helpful. But it doesn't really give us... Like, I'm thinking, maybe I'm going a little too, like, Law and Order on this shit. But it's like, great. So we're trying to rule him out. Well, not really Law and Order, since I'm doing it from the defense side, not the prosecution side. But I'm kind of coming at it in the same way. It's like, okay. So we've got a character witness who testifies that'll happen all the time. But we've got to posit something more concrete. Because right now, the only theory of the crime right now is that Dagon killed her. We don't have anything else to go on. We need to provide something else. I'm thinking of it too much like a mystery game and not enough like a bloody Star Wars RPG, I know. But I do, I do enjoy a good mystery every now and then, but I'm no good at them. I'm trying to think, what was the last really good mystery game that I liked? Crimes and Punishments, a Sherlock Holmes game called Crimes and Punishments. It's a few years old. But the great thing about that is that because you're playing as Sherlock Holmes, you're never wrong. And so long as you can piece together enough evidence to give us the who, what, when, where, and why, everyone takes it as right. Now, whether you're right or not doesn't matter. But it's the fun is putting it together. And no matter what, you're right. But you go into the end screen and it says, did you get it right? Well, actually, no. Here's what it is, and this is where you went wrong. It's like, oh, come on. It's very hard to get it right, too. That's the fun part. Is it's like, you see how you misinterpret one thing, and it's like, oh my god, that makes perfect sense. I see it. I love that game. That is an underrated classic. Crimes and Punishments. Do I have it on the Steam curator page? If not, I will be sure to have it on there by the time this goes up. How about that? So you can, I've got in the links in the description down below, you can check out the curator page or the Steam group and all that other crap. Anyway, what happened on the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pizat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Sulio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dhagon Ghent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dhagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sulio was our friend.
Okay, that's good. Because if he saw him, he wouldn't have. From the time the blaster shot went off, there's not enough time for Dhagon to get over to his office and then start running back. No, that's good. We've got timeline. We're establishing a timeline. It's very, very good. All right. So where did you find the body? Where the pool of blood is?
Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Very good. How did you know Dhagon?
Know him.
Yeah, we know.
I'd much rather talk.
Okay. Good. So I'm assuming we're going to just go straight to the garbage pile there. Yeah, so it's telling us just to go straight to the crime scene. I like it. I believe the crime scene is a good idea for what we should do next. Hit that quick save, because this ain't crimes and punishments. I don't think if I get it wrong, I don't think I could talk my way. I think I have to be able to talk my way out of it, though, because we need Dhagon to get going, right? Yeah. It's half waiting for an ambush right there. Garbage pile. Broken. Let's start with the garbage pile. Search the trash heap. The only thing you find, dried blood where she was killed. Maybe there's something else in the area. There's this broken droid. Ah. Remains of a serving droid still clutching its serving tray. It has been heavily scavenged and the head is missing. The head? What if it recorded something? Have we found something?
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
I'm guessing it's go back inside? Alright, I guess we're going back inside. I was expecting this to go much, much worse, so... Alright. Hang on. You must have seen something. No, that's it. It's just the same speech. What do you know, Gormo? Still haven't any luck finding a flaming visa. I don't, actually. Let's see. Can I talk to you about the murder? Yeah, no, I can't. Alright. There's our waitress friend, yes.
Wait your turn. I have 3 customers ahead of you.
So much sass. Nico.
Welcome back. My foul business, that.
Let's see, I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene.
That would be Bohema's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering.
That's good. That's good. Because if it was smoldering, it was freshly destroyed. And hypothetically, if the droid saw something, it would be in its memory banks in its head. If we find the head, if it was freshly killed, it would have almost certainly seen something. And we just have to hope it would have seen who killed Sulio. We just have to find the head of that damn droid. That's what we have to do. What happened to it?
Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dhagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3.
Who scavenged the droid, son?
No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sulio. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
Okay. I'll go. Okay. That is... We gotta find that droid head, because if we can find who has the bloody head of that bloody droid, we'll get somewhere. Now... Bahima, or whatever the hell your name is. Bahima, of course. It's easy to remember things phonetically. Vix. I don't know who Vix is, but who gives a shit. Bahima. What brings you to Bahima this time, sentient? You know, I have a name. Can I talk to you about the captain's murder? What do you want to know, sentient? The droid. You want to know about the broken serving droid? That would be SOD3. That's the third serving droid I've had in this month. I hired a human to do the job. She's not very good, but at least she won't be stolen or destroyed as easily. What keeps... I'm not sure which one of these I would like more. What keeps happening to your serving droids? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Recently, this area has become more dangerous. Vandalism and robbery are sadly common. My droids are being stolen. SOD3 went missing the night Captain Sulio was murdered. Ah, now... Yes, why didn't you mention this before? I didn't know it would interest you. He was found near the body. I'm given to understand. Nico would know more about that. Yes, we know. We've talked to Nico. Let's ask about something else. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, never mind. Line of questioning wasn't there. Vix! You swoopers. Swoops, zoom, zoom, much fun. Go. Oh, come on. Hi? Swoop? It's a wordy language there. Yes, swoop. Swoops fast. Swoops fast. Is there something I can help you with? Swooper's great. Vix watches every swoop race. They have to make this guy... That's great, Vix. I'm gonna go stand over here now. So they can't make the guy not sound like he's got some severe brain damage.
If you'll excuse me.
No. Doubt Zachary will help us, but...
Are you satisfied with your payment for the visa? I can exchange it for something else if you like.
No, I'm quite good. I talked to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
I really can't be...
Yeah, it's just... No, that's the same line of everything. Let's talk to the waitress again.
Now, what did he order? I'll just guess.
I can see why Bahima was not thrilled. Now the off-worlder returns. Kif, I have to ask you about a droid. If anyone could be trouble with a droid, it would be Kif here. I had the misfortune of being here that night. What do you want to know? Let's see. I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. Droids are sadly vandalized all the time now. That's probably one of Bahima's serving droids. He keeps losing them. A source of some displeasure for him. I know nothing more, though. Is it possible that the droid saw something that we could recover? Quite possible. Did you find the head? The memory core is located there on that model. See, I'm a step ahead here. Alright, no, it was missing. Sadly, without a head, I can't do anything. If you do find a head, however, I can work on it. I have the proper equipment to do such an operation. Very good. You just have to find the damn head of that damn droid. The question is where?
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
Oh, Canada, I don't give a shit.
Huh. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Alright, I'm looking for this damn serving droid head.
That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were.
Any idea which scavenger got to his droid?
I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though.
That'll do.
That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. I might have even bought some.
Okay. Should have guessed it was him. Bloody hell. Alright. Gotta go to her droid friend 1B, who gives a shit what the rest of it is. Again, still nothing to... No ambushes yet. 1B8D.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Let's see, I need to know if you have any parts from one of Behemoth's serving droids.
Entity Behemoth unknown. I have many serving droid parts.
Do you have a head?
The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits.
Sold.
Thank you for your business.
Kif and the Cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
I agree, Mandalore. 25 credits for 250 XP. That's a very good trade. Not that I've been making use of the XP. I know. I keep waiting to be jumped by someone that does not want me dealing with Kif. The only problem is, we're making the assumption that Kif is on the up and up. Because if he offed Sulio, because Sulio could see through his forged starport visas. Now, maybe I'm creating a motive. I'm creating an alternative theory of the crime here, right? And I'm creating this alternative theory. If I wanted to throw Kif under the bus, I would say that Captain Sulio sees starport visas all the time, and she got one that she knew, she could see it was a fake, and it traced it back to Kif, and Kif got spooked and offed the one person that could see through his forgeries. If I'm creating an alternate history, if I'm creating an alternate theory of the crime, Kif is into illegal things. I just manufactured a motive. He's here at the bar all the time. I've created opportunity. I've put them together on the night of. I don't know. That's a good theory. It's a good theory. I've convinced myself. I'm going to quick save it just in case he gonna double cross us. Not that this is a correct theory, but if I'm just playing the role of trying to get our buddy Dhagon out of trouble. The off-worlder returns! Yo, he's so excited to see us every time, right? So, let's talk about the murder. Yes, we know. I have the remains of SOD3. Can you get any information from it? Let me see. You've got the head. That's where Maricory is. Give me a minute or two. Just wait. That should do it. Let's take a look at his last feed. Oh.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
That armor. There you go. It seems the recording proves the killer came from the marketplace. You may want to show this to Nico. No, the armor is Dickhead's and Dickhead's group, wasn't it? Or was I just seeing that? So. Alright, she's shows from the shadows near the exit to the marketplace. And Ghent came from the other direction. That's what they're trying to get us to there. But the armor, sorry, I was cluing into the armor. I was reading a little. I mean, I can't see where it's coming from without the description. But hi, Nico.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak.
All right, let's talk again about the murder.
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Let's show you SOD3's last transmission.
If it'll help Dhagon, you got it. There's no way that Dhagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the Offworlder. What brings the two of you here?
He dragged me here. I wasn't gonna rush over here, but hey, let's solve everyone's problems. Dhagon Ghent couldn't have killed Captain Sulio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Well, Nico can. Nico's gonna walk it through, because I'm a mute.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
Who are you?
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Ghent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
Let's see, they weren't really fighting the regulars of the Cantina could vouch for it. How much investigation did you do? She just called them a few names. That's it. So they weren't really fighting. The regulars of Cantina can vouch for that.
Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dhagon clearly hated each other.
Let's see, but she wasn't killed until near closing time. It was in the heat of passion. Did you talk to anyone in the bar? This could confirm they were good friends. They were friends, sometimes tease each other. They just took it to an extreme. One or two. Not going to affect him. We're going to have to bop this guy over the head with our lightsaber. One. Neither of these are any more convincing, actually, now that I think about it. If I was in his shoes, neither of these would be particularly convincing. But let's go with one.
What he meant to say, Major, is that they were friends.
So these two were friends? A friend would never say such things to another friend. You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. Well, there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
Ah, but he wasn't. So we're... well, okay. Dang. It's coming from inside. No, that's not true. So, were other people, other salvagers were stepping the serving droid there within a minute or two? Or if that's true, Nico saw him come from his office. Two.
The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
Well, I was going to say, no, he didn't. But yes, he did. The one. Yes. Came from his office, but recording the murder shows the shot came from the opposite direction.
You have a recording? Well, I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dhagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dhagon Ghent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Ghent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's going to be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dhagon Ghent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat.
It seems that Major particularly unwilling to believe Dhagon was innocent. Yes, quite.
The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dhagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to say anymore. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dhagon Ghent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one.
So, well, I guess that's, all is well. That ends well, right? So, you were locked up. Why were you locked up in the first place? So, this place is a mess. It must have been looted. Oh, I want to do that one because I want to get the answer.
Yeah, it was. Although it looked pretty much like this to begin with.
Now, I was hoping that it wouldn't be the first sentence. It looked like this pretty much to begin with. I thought the doctor's office would be a little more, sterile.
Little dirt never killed anyone. Well, maybe a few people. But they didn't pay too well, so they got what they deserve. I give my customers a menu of options. If they go for the deluxe, I'll clean up the place and put on a new smock. Otherwise, they knew the risks.
You don't call it patience? Jesus.
Patients, customers, idiotic hut spawn, call them what you like. Most doctors tell you that they get into the business to save lives. Most of them are flaming liars. At least I'll tell you the truth. I'm in it for the credits.
Well, at least you're honest.
Like what?
Why were you locked up in the first place?
Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. I just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at, and she could drink.
Any idea who killed her? Yeah, well, I think I saw who it was on the recording.
No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free.
You don't care?
She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually.
Alright, how do you know Mandalore?
We go way back. Way before he became Mandalore. In my experience, Mandalorians always know about the doctors around. For some strange reason, they keep getting into scrapes. If you want to know more, ask him yourself.
Yeah, alright. And Mandalore said you might be able to help me out. I need to get in touch with someone from the palace.
Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's vault. I know a few people, though. What do you need to get in touch with?
It's a Jedi Master. Who's trying to kill the Queen? Everyone.
Nobody knows for sure, but everybody thinks that General Vaklu has to have something to do with it. They're keeping the attempts quiet, but that place is locked down tight.
Alright, I'm trying to get in touch with a Jedi Master who's inside the palace.
A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty in Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a Master there, I think I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
I'm not certain, otherwise I'd tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one.
Okay, can you get in touch with someone inside the palace?
There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those disks because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisk has the procedure.
Of course it's not that simple. It's never that simple.
But Kel's gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. You take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisk. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
It was never going to be that simple now, was it, right? But, oh well. And we've dealt with angry Wookiees before, so we just have to deal with someone who's something Drexel hide. Oh well. This was a lab station, not a workbench. Oh well. I was hoping workbench so I could see what I can do with that, new, Kajashi, whatever the hell, crystal thing. But I guess we'll find out, see if we can... Captain Riken is patrolling the Western Square. You could try to ambush it, and it would be best to do it when there are no witnesses around. Ah, interesting. Something else to do in the next episode. Ambush the captain. Poor bastard, but needs must. He's worth a nice bounty, of course. Anyway, I guess we could collect that and do a bunch of other crap next time on KOTOR 2. So until then, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Share on social media. Follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on air, and that's for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. And don't forget you can check out more KOTOR 2 in the playlist. It's on the screen in the description down below. And more videos anytime on the channel page. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.